Hello and welcome to Sammy on Stadia, the F2 Challenge, round 7. It's not been the best season for us so far. As you can see on the championship there, we've got the two Carlin drivers at top and we're all the way down in 14th, ahead of our teammate, but still 14th with 3 points. Isn't exactly where I wanted to be when I started the challenge. Further back we've got likes of Glamour, Monaco-uh-oh, Lacey right at the back there without a single point to his name so far. Further up we've got Jordan King, our rival, who's crashed into us twice already. It's not looking like it's been a particularly good season for us so far. And the next round is Monaco, the jewel in the F1 crown. Unfortunately cancelled this year due to the COVID pandemic, you might have heard of that. But we're still able to race it in the F1 game. So let's go in and see how well we go.
Welcome to one of, if not the most iconic race circuit in Formula 2. A track with absolutely no room for error, a track that requires every bit of skill these young drivers can muster. We're getting ready for lights out here in Monte Carlo. The circuit de Monaco is, for all practical purposes, pretty much unchanged since its 1929 introduction. It's strange to consider, but this 2.1 mile lap will take the drivers here around almost an entire country. 19 corners, but not that many opportunities for overtaking. Instead, this is a track that rewards technical skill. I'm Alex Jakes, and I'm joined once again by the GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. Davide, today's race takes place on one of the most infamous street circuits in motorsports. What is it about this track that makes it stand out?
Alex, I'm very happy to be here. Monaco is a short track, but the wall is just after the white line. The drivers need to stay aware from the line and from the wall. And it's so important to start in the first two rows if you want to compete for the victory.
We are nearly ready for the start of today's race, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the grid. An immense lap from Nobuharu Matsushita yesterday puts him on pole position, and Louis Delatraz will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Mazepin, Giotto, Guan Yu Zhou, and Galeo, Tete Camara, Schumacher, Latifi, Callum-Ilott, De Vries, Raghunathan, Jordan King, and Hubert, Aitken, Correa, Alesi, and Dorian Boccolacci. Calderon and Ralph Boschong completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Well,
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
the game's put me in 15th on the grid, which better than I was expecting. Just admit, the random qualifying seems to be putting the Cardin guys up first and second all the time. Codemasters, please sort that out. If it's random qualifying, please give me a better chance. Jack Aitken is a great driver and I'm not doing him any favours here. I'm just going to adjust my earbud. Of course it fell out last time, I don't want that to happen again this time. Monaco Grand Prix is typically a very slow track. There's not much room for overtaking. I've got a feeling that 15th or around 15th might be where we finish on this. But let's find out. I've gone, as you've seen, for preset 1, maximum downforce. I think that's what's really needed in this track. Beyond that, I'm not hoping for much anymore. Let's go for it. Lights are red, and they're out, and we're away. We're able to get a much better start than Hubert on our left. We're going into the first corner. I'm going to brake early. I've got the line. I'm just going to coast it through that corner. I do not want to end my Monaco race so early. Something might be overtaken by Hubert. on the brakes there. That looks like there was an almighty crash behind me. And yellow flags going on. Yep, we're through below hairpin and into the tunnel, the famous Monaco tunnel. The F1 cars can drive upside down through there. All they need is a bit of track which allows them to get up there. In talking, we've missed the...
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Again, it's asking us for a new strategy. I wonder if I'm actually going to be able to... Whether I should take it this time and just allow myself that lack of pressure. I'm not going to take it on this lap. No, we're going to see how this goes. And again, we're in 14th. We've got Laguna in front of us by about 3 seconds. And behind us, we've got a Lacey, the back marker in the championship. Pressuring us in 15th position. Monaco is of course notorious on the F1 game because it is just so unforgiving, and it's like that in real life. These Formula 1 drivers and Formula 2 drivers, this is where they earn their big money. Not necessarily the most exciting race to watch from a racing fan's perspective, but the glamour and the fact that the cars are so close to the barriers really does make it incredible, and my earbuds falling out. I'm going to carry on just in the spirit of the F2 challenge. No repeats, no replays, no restarts, no do-overs. If I go too wide into a corner like that, I have to deal with the consequences. I've lost another 3 seconds to a Google for it. It's obvious that 14 is the best I can hope for, really. And that's a bit of a shame, but I do not enjoy street racing. We saw it earlier in Vietnam. I'm sure we'll see it later on in Baku and Singapore. The street tracks do not suit my style of racing, which allows me to make more errors, and occasionally slower, but I have to modify it so much around street circuits like Monaco, I cannot do it. I set myself a personal target to make it to the end of the race and see how far through I can get. And so far I am actually managing that. I'm into lap 3 of 5. It's just obvious how difficult it is to overtake at Monaco. But even with my incredibly erratic
Okay, you have some
driving.
front wing damage, but not enough to justify a stop in the remaining laps.
The famous F1 race at Monaco in the 1990s where even Ayrton Senna could not overtake. And at Monaco, Ayrton Senna, self-referred to as the king of the streets of Monaco, and could not overtake. Oh, sorry, Ayrton Senna was the one in front. I do apologise, I've just remembered that. It shows how much I'm concentrating on this. I can correct myself whilst I'm talking. This is going to those hairpin for the ultimate lap 4 of 5. Shout out to any F1 drivers or racing drivers that are watching this and have raced around Monaco. This is incredibly difficult. I'm doing this in simulation, a video game. The AI isn't at 100%, I proved that earlier on by putting them at 86. They haven't been changed throughout the F2 challenge, but they're still They're still not at the expert level yet. I've got a warning there for a collision with Correa. And Correa comes in for a pit stop. Give me a 1 second battle to my teammate Jordan Boccolacci. We are ahead of him, which is only an extra little goal. I didn't necessarily expect to be ahead of my teammate. I thought I'd be out of it right now. I thought I wouldn't be able to do 5 laps in Monaco. I still haven't yet, of course. I've got to finish this lap. And this could be the most rewarding race I've got so far in the FT Challenge. Not winning anything, not scoring points, not even close to scoring points, but being able to finish ahead of my grid position in Monaco. Matsushita comes through to take the win. We're more than half a minute behind him now. And the majority of that time is actually the gap to Lagoon from in front of us. Are we going to finish ahead of our teammate? And going into the last 2 corners, Raskas. Thank you, Noakes. We're just going to do it, and that's going to be an incredible result for us. Completely unexpected, a finish around Monaco.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
A great win then for the Carlin team today. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
I think this race was won thanks to the tire management. You have to remember, it's not just about going as fast as you can. It's about consistency. It's about maintaining your speed over the entire race distance. So being able to keep the lap time competitive while still respecting the tires, that's where they won today.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raised some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Lots of drivers impressed me today, Alex. But if I have to say one that impressed me most, it's Nobuharu Matsushita. My choice is not the same as the fans' choice this time. And both drivers were brilliant today. But the driver I choose today, just about has the edge, I think.
Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Well, there you go. After 5 laps in Monaco, I've managed to survive and finish 14th. You can see just on the times there, I was the slowest of all of them. It's a big shame. 1:28.0 fastest lap compared to 1:24 for everyone else. Fastest lap for the winner was a 23.0. Behind us, the cars that pitted and came out again. 1:22.6 for Antoine Hubert and 1:22.7 for Alesi, both of them pitting and finishing half a minute behind us. In the end, 14th was the best we could do. Look at the standings, and that's dropped us further behind. Galeo has now got ahead of us, and we're now 15th in the championship. Still ahead of our teammate. We finished ahead of him this round as well. So that's good for us. But in the end, we just haven't been getting those good results. In the team standings, we've got Campos down in 9th place out of 10 teams. I think that's going to be our target. Over the next few rounds, we want to try and get Campos Racing. I think we can get them ahead of MP Motorsport into 7th place. But let's see what happens. Go for the next few rounds next week in the F2 Challenge.